as you can see, large number of party workers. In fact, you can see Mr. Modi, he is waving to the crowds along with the senior cabinet ministers, along with his party leaders who have assembled here. And in fact, they are waving to the crowd. In fact, for the policemen, for the security personnel, getting difficult to control this crowd. In fact, thousands of them who have gathered here to get a glimpse of the Gujarat Chief Minister. He will be moving through some of the sensitive parts of Vadodara, important landmarks in the city. He will be not interacting with the people exactly, but he will be meeting them, and that's essentially what the Vadodara unit had wanted. They had wanted this to turn into a major political event, campaign event for them, and that's essentially what they've done. And as you can see, very slowly this cavalcade is moving because so many people have gathered, thousands of them, making it almost difficult for the police to control the crowd, thousands of them who have gathered here. So clearly for the BJP, Vadodara unit of the BJP, there's an opportunity, it has provided them an opportunity to galvanize the party unit further here in Vadodara. Not just Vadodara unit, and also we have units, leaders from other parts of the region, in fact from Anand and Kheda, and also from Dahood, which we've been told they have come here participating in this campaign of the Gujarat BJP's Prime Ministerial candidate, who is going to go here to the district collectorate where he will file his nomination paper. But yes, before that, he'll be traversing through this 4-kilometer route across the city, covering all important landmarks in the city before he reaches the Vadodara collectorate office, where he files his nomination papers. Members from the royal family of Gaikwad family of Baroda, and also a tea vendor, as we mentioned some time back, they will be proposing his name as he files his nomination paper. So clearly for the party, they have turned it into a major PR exercise. In fact, thousands of party workers have assembled here. You can see it looks like a sea of saffron here, as you can see, holding banners, in fact flags, large number of party workers. For the policemen, it's turning out to be a big nightmare, because with so many party workers and party supporters who have assembled here, becoming a little difficult for the police to control them. We've been told that this 4-kilometer route will be covered in an hour and a half, but given the number of people who have turned up, it seems very difficult for the police personnel to control them. But yes, since the party is going all out, in fact, ever since the name of Narendra Modi was declared for the Vadodara constituency, large number of people from the party units had been, expressing happiness that, they have got a chance to provide a platform to the BJP's Prime Ministerial candidate. He has chosen Vadodara as a constituency from where he would be contesting, apart from Varanasi. Now, as we had been mentioning, this seat is a very safe seat for the BJP. 7 assembly segments in this particular constituency, out of which 6 are held by the BJP and 1 by an independent, who again is now with the BJP. So in essence, all the 7 assembly segments are held by the BJP. They are showing the kind of support base it has in this constituency. And this constituency, incidentally, is essentially a very urban constituency. 80%, 70% of the voters here are from the urban part of the city. Only Savli and Waghodia, these assembly constituencies, which happen to be having a good number of rural voters. But for the BJP, it's a safe seat, and that's why they wanted the Gujarat Chief Minister to contest from here. And also importantly, not just Vadodara. Now, there are adjoining constituencies like Kheda, Anand and Dahood. Now, these are 3 critical constituencies which have been held by the Congress in the past. And now the BJP hoping that after Narendra Modi's nomination from Vadodara constituency, it will have a spillover effect, not just on 1 or 2 constituencies, but at least 3 to 4 constituencies in the central Gujarat region, especially constituencies like Anand, Kheda and Dahood. Now, these are critical constituencies in the central Gujarat regions, which were with the Congress. In fact, even in 2009, when there was a huge wave in favor of the BJP, despite that, these 3 constituencies had gone the Congress way. That is why the party, the entire top brass, is focusing hard on central Gujarat region. Mr. Modi's contesting from Vadodara constituency is seen as part of that plan, as part of that strategy to galvanize the party cadre in the entire central Gujarat region. Now, this gives them an opportunity. His contesting from Vadodara gives them an opportunity to spur on not just the local units in Vadodara, but also the adjoining constituencies which are so critical for the BJP. And given the importance of 2014 elections, every seat would be important, especially from Gujarat, because the more the seats BJP manages to win from Gujarat, it will be an added bonus for the Chief Minister, and also it will sort of strengthen his stronghold in his home state. So as you can see, this roadshow has rolled out. In fact, he started in his open jeep just a while back. If you can, you can see those shots, amazing shots of people, large numbers of them who have come down on the streets of Vadodara trying to welcome the BJP's Prime Minister candidate as he heads for filing his nominations.
Right. Now, Rohit, it's also interesting to note that when he's about to file his nomination in Vadodara, Narendra Modi is owning his past. He's reminding us that he comes from humble roots, that he used to be a tea vendor. One of his proposers from Vadodara is in fact a tea vendor. A very interesting political strategy in his own home state to remind the people who voted for him where he comes from.
That's right. In fact, that's been the strategy which the party has adopted ever since that Chai Wala Jibe thrown at him by the Congress party. In fact, the Chai Ki Charcha campaign which he had started was actually supposed to be a Nukkad Charcha, which was conceived initially by the BJP. They were supposed to have these Nukkad interactions with the people in different parts of the state and parts of the country. But when the Chai Wala Jibe came, the party realized, the Gujarat Chief Minister realized that this could be an opportunity to utilize this as an election campaign platform. And that is why this Chai Wala Jibe was turned into a political advantage, starting with Chai Ki Charcha. And today when you see a tea vendor, Kiran Mahida, we've been told is the name of that of the tea vendor, he is going to be one of the proposers for the Gujarat Chief Minister, for the BJP's Prime Minister candidate. This is an interesting mix even of the proposers. One of the proposers is a member of the Gaikwad family, the royal family of Vadodara family, also some important citizens from the city, and also a tea vendor. So clearly there has always been an attempt, to utilize his background as someone who has been selling tea at the railway stations in Vadnagar, to utilize this as a political advantage. That's what the party has been doing. That's what he has been doing. And today you see, even when he goes to file his nomination papers, you will find this tea vendor who is one of the proposers. For the party, is working to their advantage, according to them. They're claiming this is not his background, as they've been trying to showcase, is working to their advantage, and it is reflected clearly in the number of people who have been turning up for this road show. In fact, his cavalcade has started moving. In fact, just a while back, Mr. Modi, we saw him in that open jeep go ahead with this road show, and now followed by a heavy flow of party workers. He will be, in fact, garlanded. Flowers will be showered on him through at least half a dozen places on this 4-kilometer route. But yes, the security is very tight, has been put into place, because this is perhaps a very rare road shows which the Gujarat Chief Minister holds. In fact, he is known to hold just public rallies, but a very rare road show which he is holding, that too as he goes on to file his nomination papers. Goes on to show that, in Vadodara constituency, he realizes he cannot campaign much because of his national commitments. So this is an opportunity, filing of his nominations, where he can extract maximum political benefit out of it, galvanize the party unit who have rallied in thousands of people for this road show. So that has worked to their advantage, and you can see that is reflected in the number of people, number of workers who assembled here and are moving through his road show in Vadodara.
Rohit, now take us over the route of the roadshow, and of course where the filing of the nomination is going to be. Also what is on Narendra Modi's agenda. I believe he's not staying on in Vadodara. He is moving out right after filing his nomination. Just take us through it.
Well, we're right now at Kirti Stambh. That's where he started. If you can see behind me, that's where his roadshow has started, from Kirti Stambh. Now it goes on to a place called Khanderao Market, then subsequently to Nyay Mandir, and then it turns towards one of the most sensitive parts of the city, Raupura, Machipid. Now these are areas which are a little bit sensitive. That's why a large number of police deployment has been carried out in these areas. But essentially in the 4-kilometer route, he'll be traveling through some of the most important landmarks in the city. Places like Kirti Stambh, Nyay Mandir, Khanderao Market. Now these are all important landmarks in Vadodara, and that's why the Vadodara unit has carefully chosen these important landmarks where he can interact with people, with his workers, and also the party workers has tried to rope in certain minority community members as well. The minority cell of the BJP, that has also gone on an overdrive. Large number of them, they've assembled at some of the important intersections in the city where they are trying to, where they have been welcoming this roadshow of the Gujarat Chief Minister, garlanding him, showering petals on him. So clearly the party is trying to build up momentum as they head into the campaign. We still have at least 20 days left for the actual polling, but the party is utilizing this opportunity as an event to kick off its prime ministerial candidates campaign here in Vadodara. We've been told by the city unit that though the door-to-door campaigning has begun, but this particular event they were waiting for because they wanted the galvanization of the party unit through this roadshow. Large number of party workers who've been drawn in from several parts of Vadodara and adjoining constituencies, and that is clearly reflecting in the numbers who have turned up here. Now after he completes his roadshow, that will take around an hour and a half, he goes to the district collectorate office at Vadodara where he is supposed to file his nomination papers, and as I mentioned some time back, the proposers include not just a tea vendor but also members of the royal family of Vadodara. So interesting mix of those who are proposing. Modi trying to show that he represents a different variety of people, of different sections of the society. He represents every section of the society. That's why this interesting mix of proposers have been chosen as he heads towards the district collectorate for filing his nomination papers.
Right, now, of course, standing against Narendra Modi in Vadodara is the Congress's Madhusudan Mistry, Rohit, who was quite recently nominated from that seat. It's going to be an almost impossible battle if you take a look at the kind of huge crowds that have come out for this rally. It really at this point looks improbable that the Congress can even put up a fight.
That's right. In fact, if you look at the mix of the voters here in Vadodara constituencies, now this is essentially, as I mentioned, 70% of the voters in the entire constituencies, they are urban based. Now this is a strong BJP stronghold. In fact, 7 out of the 7 assembly segments in this particular constituencies, 6 are held by BJP leaders. Only 1 was won by an independent candidate who incidentally is now with the BJP itself. So in effect, it means that all the 7 segments in Vadodara constituency, Lok Sabha constituencies, are with the BJP. And it's not just that they have the numerical strength. There is a huge infrastructure, organizational support base for the party here. It's also an important element of the Sangh Parivar here in Gujarat. In the central Gujarat region, the Sangh Parivar finds a very critical place insofar as the Vadodara city and Vadodara rural areas are concerned. So for the BJP, it's not just the BJP workers, BJP party which is carrying out campaign for its prime ministerial candidate, and also members from the RSS, VHP, they're also completely backing the prime ministerial candidate of the BJP. So clearly for the Congress, it's going to be a job cut out. In fact, if you remember, Narendra Rawat, who was the initial choice of the Congress from this seat, in fact, he had won through Rahul Gandhi's pet project, the primaries, but he had to withdraw himself. He told the party high command that since the BJP's prime ministerial candidate is contesting, he would not like to contest from here, and hence the ticket was given to Madhusudan Mistry. The party thought perhaps a very noticeable face from Gujarat, a senior party leader considered close to Rahul Gandhi. Perhaps he could put in some sort of a fight to the BJP's prime ministerial candidate. But having said that, it seems that it will be a miracle if Madhusudan Mistry can manage to impact the BJP's support base here in Vadodara. it seems very unlikely because the kind of organizational work the BJP has done, particularly in the Vadodara constituency, something that the Congress has not been able to match. And in fact, the only time when Mr. Madhusudan Mistry was in the news was when he was arrested for vandalism, when he tried to remove Narendra Modi's posters from some parts of the city. That's the only time when he had actually hogged the limelight. We've been told that the city unit of the Congress has still not been able to get into a huge political campaign mode. They have not begun their door-to-door campaign in right earnest. In fact, Mr. Madhusudan Mistry himself had a few days back said that he has requested Priyanka Gandhi to campaign for him in the city, thereby clearly indicating that the party realizes that it will be very difficult to put up a strong fight against the BJP's prime ministerial candidate. But yes, but they have put up a candidate. There is going to be a contest. As far as the Aam Aadmi Party candidate is concerned, nothing much is known about him, at least insofar as Vadodara is concerned. So it's clearly going to be a direct fight between Mr. Modi and Mr. Mistry. But we all know that the odds are heavily in favor of the BJP's prime ministerial candidate.